WackMatters is brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial where you can test out Audible's awesome audiobook monthly subscription service. Make sure to go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters.
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double. To protect the world from devastation.
Dang it, let me get it. Dang it, fart.
You had your chance.
No, shut up.
Okay.
Prepare for... Dang it, hold on.
Prepare for double and
No,
make it
shut
trouble.
up. I hate you. Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
To
Protect.
protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Marcus.
Karsten.
Team Rocket, blasting off at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight.
Meowth, that's right.
Wobbuffet.
Hey, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Klefki.
Wrong Pikachu! Dang it. I jumped the gun. Klefty? Who's that?
Klefki?
Klefki? Who is it?
It's a joke. It's literally just a keychain.
Oh, my favorite Pokemon is,
Mine's probably Charizard.
Mine's Pokemon. He's the one who's featured on all of the art for all of it. I think his name is Pokemon.
My favorite Pokemon is Ash Ketchum.
Hey, here's a fun question that me and my brother talked about one time.
Uh-huh.
Do you think when he finally catches all the Pokemon, he's going to have to change his name to Ash Ketchum?
Ash caught him.
Ash Ketchum. Catchdom? Hey everybody, welcome to Toon In. This is the podcast on WackMatters where myself, Mark, as I said before in our dumb intro, and you're an idiot. That's a bad Pokemon.
Most of the G7s are.
Get dunked on. And my friend and co-host Karsten.
Yes.
We talk about cartoons and how they matter and can be made for adults and not just little baby kids. Like you see a thing like cartoon like Avatar: The Last Airbender and you think, oh, for baby kids is what you say. And what I say is no. I say for everybody.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
I hate you.
So do I.
Good. Dang it. So this is episode 23. Just like Michael Jordan dunks, you know?
I didn't get that joke.
If Michael Jordan had a slogan, it'd be dunks. Because you know all the times they said dunk in interview and all of the cool dunks that he did. And
yes.
it was weird when he started playing baseball, they added dunking to baseball because he was so cool.
They added it to football and football.
I hate you. He didn't play those sports.
What about rugby and cricket?
It's pronounced croquet.
Well, that too. How about lacrosse?
I don't think that's a real sport.
Polo?
That's what Jesus was killed on.
Lacrosse.
So, we're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 1. We started talking about Avatar on episode 20, so we're getting through...
Which episode 20?
Episode 20 of our show. Sorry.
No, because you have 2 episode 20s.
I hate you. Die in a hole.
Okay.
This episode's subtitle is going to be How Aggressive Can Marcus Get with Karsten Before They Quit Being Friends? Probably pretty. I say a lot of mean things in the spirit of jokes.
I just don't care what other people think about me.
I've also referred to most of your friends as garbage at some point in time.
I just make poor life choices.
I like how you didn't defend him. Suck it, Karsten's friends. Friggin' go. Friggin' suck eggs, idiot.
Horse hockey.
Yeah, so we're talking about Avatar. Episode 7 and 8.
Yes.
It's called the Winter Solstice.
The Winter Solstice, part 1 and part 2.
What happens in part 1?
So in part 1, they show up at this village that's like, well, they don't show up at the village yet. They're flying and they stop in this forest that's been like burnt down. And
what do you think clouds are made out of? Turns out they're just made out of water.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Funny.
I forgot about that part. So yeah, Aang's like doing some water bending. Just kidding. He's doing air bending through the sky and he's flying through clouds.
He's doing water bending, but if the water was air and the movement looked different than water bending.
Are airbenders just waterbenders that want attention since the air is like mostly water?
Is the air mostly water? Or
It's got a
just
whole
some
bunch of water in it.
It does. We'll get into that later. Spoilers. Keep going.
Wait, really?
Keep going.
So can waterbenders bend air?
Uh. Okay, here's the thing. It's a really cool moment, so I don't want to spoil it. No, they cannot bend air, but they can pull water out of the air.
Huh,
Like,
cool.
there's a part where, like, yeah, like, Katara, like, there's a part where she keeps running out of water and stuff, and then...
Okay, but just think,
And
like...
then she meets this hardcore master. It's, like, late in Season 3. It's, like, deep in the paint, and, like, because it's really hard to do.
Mhm.
But, like, there's a part where she's like, you don't need a source, pretty much, ever. She's like, what do you mean? And she's, like, holds up her hand and pulls water out of the air, and it's sick as heck.
Okay, but just think about it, though, like...
Hardcore spoilers for...
Airbenders and waterbenders are probably the most dangerous benders because, like, airbenders can suck the air right out of your lungs, and, like, the human body is, like, 70% water. Firebenders and earthbenders got nothing on them.
Also, waterbending's the most OP, and we'll talk about that later.
Oh, wait, no. Can
there's-
earthbenders bend metals?
Hey, wanna watch the freaking... Dude, okay, here's... Let me play this fun game. Karsten's going... What's some of the really cool stuff that you learned throughout the show? Can you tell me all of it right now? Dude...
Because if earthbenders can bend metal, then they can also manipulate the iron in your blood.
Hey, dude, I'm not gonna freaking talk to you about any of this bullcrap right now.
And then I guess firebenders could just straight up vaporize you, so I guess they're all equally dangerous.
They're all crazy dope, and I'll promise you, more of this, like, you would think...
I'm overthinking this, dude.
No. Here's the thing. You're not. That's the cool thing about this show. Late game in this show, you're not overthinking it. It gets pretty buck wild. This is why this show is a great show for great people. No, we've talked about cartoons enough. We're freaking... Okay, so Aang has... So they go and they'll see that this whole forest got burned, and they don't even reference how. I think this is a... This episode introduces a lot of stuff and is dumb, I think. Like, the way it's resolved, I think, is dumb. So Aang gets existentially sad because he's like, I'm the Avatar, I'm supposed to take care of nature, and global warming's real, and we need to take care of the environment, which is fake. I want everybody who's listening to the show in their car right now,
The earth is flat.
to throw some trash out their window. Do it, coward. No, so essentially...
I'll just throw it out of my parked house. The
Aang's-
window of my parked house.
My parked house. So Aang's really sad because, this place burnt down, and he's the Avatar who's supposed to protect from that, and then Katara points out that, like, hey, look, there's acorns everywhere, and they'll eventually, like, grow into trees, and everything will be fine, you just gotta give it time.
The cycle of life repeats.
So then
Life,
they go...
finds a way.
Yeah, so then somebody from this town finds them, and they, oh, I'm the Avatar, blah, 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 and he talks about how this spirit... Babu?
Hey, bye.
Hey, bye. Babu was close. So then they go and they find this town and they find out that Hey, bye. Hey, bye. Dang it, frick. I think we should do a supercut. If I mess up that name a few more times, we're gonna do a supercut. That's for the outtakes of how many times I can get the stupid spirit's name wrong. And here's the thing, none of them have been jokes thus far. I've been trying my best. That's just where I'm at. So hey bye, right? That's hey bye?
Yep, hey, bye.
So
Sounds
hey
like
bye.
Ray Fry.
Don't say things that aren't the name, because then I'll get confused. Has been destroying the town and taking people and dipping. So then Aang's like, I'm supposed to be the bridge between the spirit world and our world. And then he goes, freaking, would you get a normal person water bottle? Every sound you just made picked up.
Then just don't pick up.
That mic was way too far away from your mouth.
Then just don't pick up.
You don't. So, the Avatar comes, and then... Not the Avatar, the spirit comes, and Avatar's like, I'm gonna stop you, please don't. And then it doesn't do anything. It destroys part of the town.
And then
takes
kidnaps Sokka.
and dips.
Then, yeah, and it's just like, see ya.
And then Aang chases after and gets stuck in the spirit world, and then a giant dragon comes.
And takes him
And,
to Roku's statue.
Yeah, you find out that it's, So this is a neat thing that I haven't really talked about. Every Avatar gets its own spirit animal, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
that's supposed to help it, and the dragon is the firebender's one, so his is a sky bison, and that dragon was Roku's, so he takes him, essentially says, yo, on the winter solstice you need to come here and talk to the Avatar. You can talk to Roku. And then he takes him back and puts him back in his own body, and realizes sort of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part that's dumb.
Oh, and also,
What?
Uncle Iroh's been kidnapped.
Oh, dude, we did this before. We
forget to
entirely
talk
on
about
A.
the Fire Nation.
We never talk about the B story ever. Which, like, I think this show's really cool because it does a really good job of handling A and B stories. And actually, to be honest with you, I think the B story's better in this one.
Yeah,
they also,
it legit is.
Okay, so essentially, they're chasing at the Fire Nation. Zuko and Iroh are chasing after Aang, and then, Iroh is in a hot tub, essentially, that he made, and then he gets kidnapped by some earthbenders. Oh, right, so Iroh's kidnapped, and then you just see a lot of, like, really fun scenes of him leaving, like, a trail for Zuko to follow, and Zuko coming after him, and then you get, like, a really cool fight scene when they catch up. Oh, dude, they also, if you noticed, Iroh saw Aang on the dragon.
Yeah.
So there's this running thread that, like, they do really well, where, like, they talk about how Iroh's, like, more dope than you give him credit for sometimes.
He's actually pretty baller.
And
cool.
like you only realize more and more how dope he is as the show goes on. Like, it's ridiculous. He's really cool. One of my favorite. He might be my favorite character on the show, actually.
And he's ripped as heck.
Not yet. So
no, he's actually really fat.
Spoilers. Well, mine was a spoiler. So, yeah, essentially Zuko catches up to him, and they fight off the people, and it's a really dope fight scene. And again, we talk about this all the time. It looks so good. Like, I can't talk about how cool it looks, but Aang. So right, back to the A story. Aang is fighting Bai. Hey bye. Dang it, frick me, dude.
No, he already fought him. He's in the spirit world now.
No, he's out of the spirit world. He comes back. He's attacking the town again because nighttime.
Okay.
And then essentially Aang, like, touches him on the head, and then sees that rather than a scary monster, it looks like a big panda. And he goes, I was sad about the forest too, but then it's just gonna grow back. And he goes, good point. And then dips and brings all of his friends, like, everybody from that he took back. And then it ends. Like, what the crap?
Yep.
Like, it ends really abrupt. Like, I think the ending of this episode's real bad, because the whole point of this episode was to get him into the spirit world so he can go talk to...
And then he realizes, oh no.
So he can go talk to Roku, essentially.
There's a problem approaching.
So, yeah, the start of the next one...
And I need to go talk to Iroh.
Wait.
Not Iroh. I need to go talk to Roku.
Wait, so we need to do a commercial break because we're starting the next episode. We're back. What's up? You are what I like to refer to as human trash.
Tell me something I don't know.
Tell me something I don't know.
The first time someone has made that joke. I've
Hey.
been anticipating this day.
Oh, you've just been waiting for somebody to burst into my favorite Selena Gomez song?
Okay, so this next episode is called Winter Solstice Volume 2.
Winter Solstice 2, the sequel. What's up?
Winter Solstice 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's all we got. There is no episode.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
So,
Okay.
no, they fly there.
Yeah, they fly. Well, they're just like, Aang's just like, I need to go to the Fire Nation, to this island, and you can't come with me because it's too dangerous.
Why do we spend so much time talking about certain things in this show that don't matter? Here's what happens. They fly very far and get chased by the old...
Trebuchets.
They get chased by the old bag dude who tried to kill Zuko and chased by Zuko. And then they go to the temple and they're the first people there because they're so fast on their stupid bison. And then they can't get in. And then they trick the people to get in. And then Zuko's there and screws everything up. And then he barely gets in. And then everybody gets captured by the old dude. And then he talks to Roku. And Roku goes... Essentially, there's a giant comet that comes every 100 years that essentially makes all the firebenders go Super Saiyan. Oopsies. Probably should figure out how to stop that or get good enough to stop the Fire Lord before that. I'm out. Peace. And then he goes like all freaking
Super
Saiyan on their butts, and then they dip.
Okay, but
That's the whole episode. I did the whole thing. It took me a minute.
So, you know how we have a whole bunch that we have to cut out at the beginning? We're not even at 30 minutes yet, dude.
Yeah, but I was mostly making a joke, and that's why I yelled the whole thing and got hyper aggressive about it. In all actuality, I want to talk about like
the fact that there was a
like,
Fire Nation Temple Guard defector.
Oh no, I didn't care about any of that. I wanted to talk about like
Sokka had a good idea.
I did like that, and I did like the idea. I don't really. I want like a. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Fart. It's about drugs, sort of.
You're about drugs, sort of.
Good one, dude. Freaking got me. Boom roasted me. Ha.
Yes.
No, the idea of that comet I think is dope. The idea that there's this comet that circles the Earth every 100 years and turns up the power of like all of the firebenders, I think is just a really neat idea. And it also like explains the plot hole of how like the Fire Nation were able to essentially commit genocide on a quarter of the population in a day.
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense otherwise. Like, is Firebending just that much more powerful? No, it's because they got amped because of this cheating comment. Like, it's dope. Like, I think it's a good idea. I think it's neat. I think it adds a lot of agency to the show. Like, over the next few episodes, the gets turned up with how, like, they now have a sort of timeline. They have a deadline they have to shoot for now.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the rest of the show is a lot more on rails and done faster. For the benefit of the show.
Yes.
I think that's really cool. I think it's a good narrative device for
give them an actual like reason that they have to like hurry up with their adventure because before this point they were just like, yeah, we got to get there at some point.
Yeah, but like Aang's trying to ride a bunch of animals, but like a good narrative device, yeah, because like in a lot of ways it explains like how the Fire Nation essentially got such an upper hand so fast in the war. It explains how essentially overnight genocide was committed. It explains, like, it puts a timeline on the show. It gives agency to the show. It's, like, also just kind of a neat lore idea. Like, it's really dope. There's a lot of really cool stuff about it. That's, like, I think it's really clever. This is a good show. Like, sometimes I think about this show, especially the first season, I don't think is as good as it can be. Like, I think the first season's really good. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I don't think this show peaks in the first season by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-mm.
I think each season is better for different reasons. My favorite might be 2, but like that's not important. I think each season of the show is better than the previous. And I think, like, I'm talking about how good this show is and how clever it is now, and I'm freaking in season 1. And it only gets better, and I know that, and I'm psyched out of my mind about it. Another thing we didn't talk about in the last episode, they talk about Bossing Se. Like, it's just good world building, because they reference this Earth Kingdom that, like, that you don't see till, like, partially into season 2, but it's still dope. Like, the whole thing's cool.
Yeah, and like, they even, like, have some world building in terms of, like, history going on, like, talking about when Iroh was, like, still a general. Back during the initial war, and how he laid siege to that giant city for over 600 days, and
yeah, like there's a whole thing about that, and they go into that like a lot further in detail later on in the show because like so much of this show matters, and I think that's really cool because a lot of shows don't matter anymore because everything sucks.
Most definitely. It's like a lot of shows these days really don't care too much about. They're just like, okay, we're gonna like write out a story, like an immediate story.
Not even sort
of.
A conversation that I had with somebody the other day. I made a joke about how film is dead, and he said
semi-create characters. They digitally design a character, give it a little bit of a personality, and then have it spout lines.
And they'll print like.
And oftentimes they like target the lowest common denominator in the audience.
Essentially what we're saying is a lot of the time
modern television sucks.
People are lazy and story is dead. Like the idea of good
art
story.
Art is dead.
Art is dead.
Keep this family friendly.
Art is dead. heart is dead. I'm just a kid, and hopefully I'll grow out of it.
Well, looks like Marcus derailed the show again.
I hate you, you stupid piece of crap. Copyright. That's the funniest thing that's happened on our show. Dang it, you idiot. Now I'm tempted to leave me singing that whole song in this stupid show for your very good bit. Fart. I peaked it. Finally got it. What's up? Ugh.
Took long enough.
Wrap the show. Give us the outro. You got it.
All right. So, the weather's starting to warm up a little bit, and that means you got to ditch those long sleeves. So you know what you need? You need a t-shirt.
What kind of t-shirt?
A good t-shirt. A comfortable t-shirt. A t-shirt that'll last you for years.
T-shirt for those. Hey, have you heard what we're calling our fandom? We're getting a t-shirt for those wackos. Those wackos out there, dude.
I didn't vote for this.
I hate you. That's a great, funny idea. I thought of it, and I'm so proud of it. Hey,
I can't think of anything better, so...
How about one time we get together and record it, and rather than you just being mean to me on the internet, you talk about how funny I am?
You mean like what you just did to me this entire time?
Yeah, but that's funny jokes.
Okay.
However, fine, here, if we're gonna be passive-aggressive like this, Karsten, now I'm on record, I think Karsten is the funnier host of this show.
Thanks, boo.
And I think, dang it, you idiot. I think Michael's a funnier host of the show that I'm on with him. I just want to be funny. That's why I recorded with Ian, so I can be the funny host.
Well, that's not too hard.
Dang it. Ian, I'm sorry we make fun of you so much.
Oh, don't worry. I throw shade at all of my friends.
Bringing like a wizard, dude. Throwing shade. Hey, we want you to buy WackMatters t-shirts, please.
Buy them. And if you're one of those... you're one of those wacky people that likes to wear sweatshirts during the summer, we also got them sweaties.
Dude, how else are you going to sweat in it?
Yeah, then they really will be sweaties.
If it's cold outside, you don't sweat in your freaking hoodie.
Gotta make it a real sweaty.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, please buy our stuff.
Buy our merch! Wait, I can do that better. Buy our merch! There we go.
Thanks for thinking of me, boo.
Yes. Do you know what else can help us out?
Like
to us.
Donate. Dollars help. If you don't want to donate to the website on the link because you're scared of cyber thefts,
just download the show.
You can just hand us dollars too, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You can just give us money. And if you tell us, hey, this is money for the show, then we'll dedicate it to
you and your family.
Advertisements or gear or a lot of things that are really useful and could be helpful to the thing.
Yeet.
My computer's overheating because I realized my leg. Dang it! How was leg such a hard word? My leg's been over the fan almost this whole time. So we're gonna wrap
Marcus,
the show
what's that
before
thing below
we lose
your
all
femur?
of this. Shut up.
A leg.
So we're gonna wrap the show. Thanks for listening. Please like and share and subscribe and talk to us because it makes me feel really good and it makes me less sleepy all the time.
I'm never not sleepy.
Yeah, we work like crazy people. But hey, if you made it this far into the episode, thanks. We appreciate you.
Yeah, people like you are what give us will to live.
You're the real... And here's the thing. There's a good chance we won't have that will to live if you don't tune in next time.
Thanks for listening to the podcast that we produce here at WackMatters.com. Just in case you didn't know, we have a lot of different shows running right now. There's Life's What You Rate It, where me and my brother Mark rate everything on a scale from 1 to 10 that exists in the entire universe. Toon In, where Marcus and his friend Karsten talk about cartoons and their value for people of all ages. Of course, Whack Tracks, where me and a bunch of friends make commentary tracks for whatever shows or movies we might be into at the time. And our newest show on the network, The Music Matters, where my friend Trevor creates a discussion around all the matters relating to music. If you'd like to support the content we make here at WackMatters.com, please go to WackMatters.storeenvy.com and check out our merchandise section. We sell t-shirts right now, and there's more merchandise to come. Even if you don't want to buy a t-shirt, there is a donate button at WackMatters.com that you can use to support the content that we already make and to help fund creative ideas for the future. Additionally, this podcast is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial with Audible.com where you get to listen to a free audiobook of your choosing and can continue subscribing for an awesome audiobook content subscription. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/WackMatters. We love you all and hope you will continue checking out the content we make here at WackMatters.com. Have a great day.